Alright, so I'm here with an NXT review. I thought this show was actually pretty good. Um, a good main event, a couple other good matches. So yeah, this made for a pretty good show here. And yeah, I enjoyed it, unlike the past three episodes, which were like total shit. Um, so they really stepped it up this week, had some nice matches, and yeah, I enjoyed it. So let's get into it. We got the first match is Mojo Rawley defeating C.J. Parker. You know, that annoying fuck, Mojo Rawley. I can't stand him. He's worse than, Fandango. He's worse than the Matadores almost. I would put him in that category of bad gimmicks with Fandango and the Matadores, and he's horrible. But at least Fandango and the Matadores can wrestle. They can put on a good match. Mojo Rawley fucking sucks. He goes out there, does he has the ass bump move or whatever it's called. I think Naomi calls it the rear end. He has that move. His finishing move is like he jumps up and then sits his ass down on your chest or something like that. He's a horrible wrestler. I don't know why he's even in the fucking company. I guess he's a former football player, so WWE likes guys who are, these big muscular guys. But he fucking sucks. And I see, like, fans in the audience wearing Mojo Rawley t-shirts, and it's like, he's popular. He's a little bit popular, too, with the fans. I don't see how you could like this guy. He's just so annoying. He's like the worst guy in the NXT. And he just sucks. But he won here in a boring match. Oh, shock! Yeah, it's a big shock. Mojo Rawley had a boring match. Yeah, he did. And it fucking was boring. I don't like Mojo Rawley. C.J. Parker. He has a gimmick of he's like this environmentalist. He's like in the moonshine or whatever. He's like from moon planet. I don't know. It's something like that. And that gimmick's not that good either. A little bit, just he comes off as gay a little bit. So these are two gimmicks that aren't that great. Especially Mojo Rawley, and these two put on a boring match here. So did not enjoy this match. Then we got Tyler Breeze defeating Xavier Woods. I thought this was a good match here. Pretty good match. Always glad to see Xavier Woods lose. That's one of the themes of this YouTube channel. When Xavier Woods loses, I'm happy. It's hard to go wrong. That's the one good thing about people who are annoying. When they lose, it's awesome. That's the one good thing about Xavier Woods. Maybe the only good thing about Xavier Woods is when he loses, it's pretty cool. So when Xavier Woods loses, or at least he gets something good out of the segment. But this was more than just Xavier Woods losing. It was a good match. So you got two good things in one here. You got Xavier Woods losing, and you got a good match. So I enjoyed this match. It was only like 4 or 5 minutes. Thought it should have gone longer. Probably would have made for even a better match, an even better match. But I enjoyed it. I'm glad Woods lost, and Tyler Breeze, is the male model gimmick or whatever. It's not a bad gimmick. I think they should let him talk a little more. But that's the thing. In NXT, you don't get a lot of promo time. So like the characters, if you're not a main character, if you're not a main part of the show, you're probably not gonna get a lot of promo time. So that's one of the negatives about NXT being like an hour or hour 45 minutes, however long it is. There's not a lot of promo time, so you don't get a lot of time to talk. But I still enjoy Tyler Breeze's character. So this was a pretty good match. And we get Corey Graves defeating Yoshitatsu. A boring match here. It's only like a couple minutes long. I mean, these matches are just a couple minutes long. 5 minutes long. The majority of the matches at NXT. And it's not working for me. Matches should be, probably 10 minutes long. They should just have 3 matches of 10 minutes long. And a couple of their backstage shit and, whatever. But, these 5-minute matches, they're just not working for me for the most part. They're boring, and so this was a pretty boring match here. Then, he actually cuts a promo after the match or whatever, Graves. said something I think about Sami Zayn, wasn't much, but this I didn't write that in my notes here, but I sort of vaguely remember him cutting a promo or whatever. They're gonna have a match in the future. Corey Graves is seems like he has a good promo. He's an alright wrestler from what I've seen. So I guess I'm looking forward to Sami Zayn versus Corey Graves a little bit, but this was a boring match here. Then we get Natalia defeating I wrote Sasha Banks on my notes, but I knew Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte. That's the name. Natalia defeats Charlotte, and this was a decent match. You got Bret Hart there, which was pretty cool. It's always nice to see the legends, especially on I wasn't expecting it, so it's cool to see a legend, especially on NXT. I mean, just him being there is pretty cool. And it was a decent match here. Charlotte She looked pretty good. I mean, didn't see much here, but out of either wrestler, it wasn't like a 15-minute match or anything, so there wasn't a ton of moves in this match. I think this is the first or second time I've seen Charlotte wrestle. But she looks alright. She looks decent, not bad. It's not like there was any botches in this match. They had a pretty technical match up here, and it was decent. I enjoyed it for the most part. So yeah, this was a lot better than the matches, the normal Diva match we get on Raw. So I can't complain here. Then for the main event, you get Adrian Neville defeating Bo Dallas. A very good match here. Some nice spots. You got a moonsault off the top rope onto the floor outside the ring by Neville. That was a cool spot there. High risk. And the ending was very cool as well. I don't know how to explain it. You have to really see it. I cannot give an accurate explanation of this move he did at the end of the match. It was like a moonsault shooting star a reverse shooting star press, or I don't fucking know how to explain it. He was like, how a normal guy does a shooting star press, like Evan Bourne. Well, Neville was turned around on the ropes. His back was facing his opponent, and then he did like a shooting star press. It was pretty cool. You got to go back and check that out if you want to go. That's definitely a moment, to go check out if you've never watched, if you haven't watched this episode of NXT, or if you're not an NXT viewer, go back and watch this moment. Like a minute and a half, 2 minutes left of the show. Just go back to that moment right there and watch it, because it was a fucking awesome moment. So I thought this was a very good match here. A good quality main event to end off a quality show. So no really complaints here. Most of the stuff on the show was enjoyable. So hopefully NXT keeps this up. Hopefully we get some good matches in the future. And I said last week if they're not gonna give me good episodes in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna stop watching. Well, they gave me a good episode, so I guess I'm gonna keep watching for a couple more weeks at least. But yeah, I'll probably watch it every week for at least a while, at least a couple months. I'm not getting tired of it yet. Adrian Neville is a lot of the wrestlers there are very good wrestlers. Adrian Neville is probably the best. He's very athletic. Got some nice high flying moves. There's a lot of other good wrestlers there. Sami Zayn's a good wrestler. And there's others. I'm not gonna go through the whole list of everybody, but yeah, I'm enjoying NXT. I'm enjoying reviewing it. It's only 45 minutes long. Compared to Raw, that's like a piece of cake to watch. So thought this was a good show. So there you go, people.